and accurate hits, a column of military vehicles turns into a pile of metal. Because of the hit, the ammunition fires. A very powerful explosion, and we see the entire column of military vehicles destroyed. And here's another video of the destruction of a Russian convoy of vehicles. The convoy of vehicles has no chance of survival from such powerful and accurate hits. No time to run away. And here's another hit on the convoy. HIMARS requires only 3 people to operate: a driver, an operator, and a squad leader. This simplifies management and allows for faster deployment to the battlefield. The war machines tried to hide in the dense forest, but failed. Followed by ignition and further detonation. Ammunition like lasers going off in different directions. And it was spotted 2 command posts and a lot of military vehicles. It's one of the most powerful scenes where HIMARS destroy so many military vehicles. Fire everywhere, shell detonation, smoke. HIMARS spares no one and nothing. The HIMARS successfully destroying a lot of valuable Russian equipment behind Russian lines. They work in tandem with aerial reconnaissance guys who use drones to track down targets and relay the coordinates to the HIMARS team, and they strike. Right now you can watch the most accurate flight from HIMARS on the temporary deployment of Russian troops. All personnel that were inside the buildings were neutralized. And these are 2 M1990 FARM self-propelled howitzers hidden along a wooded area, each costing $1.6 million, and were destroyed first by one high-precision strike by HIMARS, and then by a second. Accurate destruction of the Russian BM-21 Grad multiple rocket launcher, followed by the triggering of the ammunition. Look at that hit in slow motion. The missile explodes right above the driver's cab, a precision hit. And this video shows the destruction of an enemy BM-21 Grad multiple rocket launcher and ammunition depot in the southern sector of the front line. The Special Operations Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine adjusted their fire on the enemy targets. A reconnaissance drone was nearly destroyed by a powerful shell explosion, but the drone survived and continued its reconnaissance mission. A reconnaissance drone spotted a $100 million SA-17 Grizzly launcher, and then HIMARS destroys it with a precision strike, Donetsk direction. And another Russian SA-17 was spotted near Antonivka and immediately destroyed with a massive detonation of ammunition. Is another SA-11 Gadfly worth about $100 million. A perfect hit, and the enemy vehicle detonates spectacularly, spewing ammunition. The aerial reconnaissance men, using the EOS UAV, adjust the fire of the HIMARS MLRS. That goes off like New Year's Eve fireworks. This footage shows the first officially confirmed destruction of a $40 million SA-27 Golem missile guidance and illumination radar station. A very rare air defense system, ended its war in the Kherson region after a HIMARS strike. An enemy multiple rocket launcher was seen in this video, trying to hide in the trees. As we can see, it failed. Just look at the massive explosion and the hundreds of thousands of pieces of shrapnel. And this is a self-propelled artillery unit that was camouflaged in the trees. The reconnaissance drone relayed the information for the strike. The artillery unit immediately bursts into flames from a precision hit. And then the ammunition inside is detonated. And these are the twin towers of Donetsk. The scouts spotted enemy anti-tank guided missile, antenna, and surveillance system, then relayed the information to the operator to strike. In the Zaporizhzhia sector, fighters of the Flying Skull Aerial Reconnaissance Unit discovered a Russian M1987 howitzer that was camouflaged in a forest belt. After receiving the coordinates, our rocket artillery needed only one shot from HIMARS to destroy the enemy gun. In this video, a HIMARS turns a Russian 152mm M1987 howitzer, along with its ammunition, into coal and ashes with a perfectly aimed shot. The fire was adjusted by the Arata unit of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, who also captured this epic footage. Near the town of Bakhmut, the SSO fighters reconnoitered the positions of the 1L-219M artillery reconnaissance radar complex and the Borisoglebsk K2 electronic warfare station. The total value of the destroyed equipment is $210 million. The information received about their location was passed on to the rocket and artillery unit. Thanks to the quick and efficient work, HIMARS missiles destroyed enemy equipment and almost all enemy manpower. Here's another electronic warfare Borisoglebsk managed to spot. Powerful shot and a very nice smoke mushroom. HIMARS was extremely unfriendly to the Tornado MLRS in the Zaporizhzhia sector. The Russian 122mm MLRS on a Kamaz 535 chassis was epically destroyed by a GMLRS missile. Destruction of a state-of-the-art Russian Yastreb AV counter-battery radar system worth about $250 million in the Kherson region. Most likely, the complex's task was to detect Ukrainian artillery covering the bridgehead in Krinky on the left bank of the occupied part of the Kherson region. But the AFU fighters foiled the enemy's plans. This is a shark filming the effective work of HIMARS destroying a Russian BM-21 Grad MLRS near Kostarizovo, Kherson region. The enemy vehicle was discovered by the 140th Marine Reconnaissance Battalion. The military vehicle was wiped clean by the missile. The video shows a Russian tank T-62M, which stands in the Kaponier. But for HIMARS, it's not a problem, because it allows you not to miss a meter. The tank crew is as neutralized as the tank itself. The selection is rounded off by the spectacular destruction of a Russian 152mm M19 990 farm in the Avdiivka sector by a HIMARS strike. The target, which the occupiers carefully disguised in the landing, was discovered by operators of the Shadow Aerial Reconnaissance Unit.